Hi, people. You are about to be part of an experiment with the terrible old woman. I hope you're excited. I'm kind of excited. I have things kind of half-assed planned out for myself on any given day, I guess. I have this list of possible writing things I can do, um, because otherwise I get stuck in, um, the what should I do with myself paralysis. And um, one of the things I would love to figure out is this kind of fuzzy bit of hair that never really grows, and I can never really do anything with it. And it's just stupid and annoying. Right. You might see that I'm befuddled by mirror images with OBS Studio. Anyway, dyslexia strikes again. And let me tell you a little bit about that, because kind of led me to a discovery. So ouch, my shoulder, right shoulder has been bothering me. Um, anyway, so my prompt for myself for today was Spiritual Sunday. So I decided to kind of, do something I haven't done in a long time, which is maybe try channeling or contacting deity or something. Um, have this deck, the gods and goddesses, Hindu gods and goddesses, which works in a way with, my Buddhist, leaning meditation practice. Well, dyslexia struck again when I drew this card at the beginning of the month because I was like, oh, I'm sorry. My dyslexia is terrible. Anyways, so Bhadrakali. I read it as Rhadrakali, and so that's kind of who I've been contacting all month. Well, apparently she didn't see fit to burn me to the ground or anything, but um, she probably thought it was funny. Anyway, I thought I would kind of start with that. And at this point, it may be just me yattering on about, all right, what what do I want to accomplish here with you? What is it I want you to do for me? Rather than me um, actually bringing her voice through or anything like that, because um, I am honest about the fact that I am agnostic about um, deities and all of it, really. But I lean spiritual. Um, I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass, tell you that if you follow the terrible old woman's program for only $59.99 a month, you will be blessed by the deities and will get everything you want, because that's not how I roll. Um, I never mastered any of this because I've never really mastered anything. Because, for one thing, I self sabotage myself all to fuck. Um, Anytime that something gets rolling, I'm like, I'm just gonna make a hash of this, so I'm not gonna bother. So, you may watch this and you may be saying to yourself, well, she's just talking about like her recovery and stuff. And I don't know if I am, I am. That's how it is, and that's how we roll. But this is something I would like to get to kind of where I'm talking more about what comes to me, and not just from the framework of divination, but from letting what's in my mind flow freely. And I'm sorry, I'm just really kind of out of it. Don't want to get too much into just real world problems, but so I had been taking this diabetes vitamin pack from Nature Made, and it really seemed to be helping with my energy. Well, this I'd been getting it from Costco. Well, at this point, Costco doesn't carry it anymore, and I found out why. It's because the price has gone literally more than doubled. I was paying it's like $25 for 60 days supply. It was vitamin pack, which had like the multivitamin and multi-mineral supplements, fish oil, alpha lipoic acid, and green tea, and the combination of these things, it seemed like it was really working with my. I've got to stretch this leg out. All this shit has been going wrong with me lately, I swear. Not like shit isn't always going wrong with me. It's just kind of like more painful shit. But anyway, it went from $25 to 60, and Costco doesn't even carry it anymore because their whole thing is being able to kind of overstock. Well, I imagine what's going on is there's a shortage of some supplement or other. And I don't know, but anyway, so I haven't had it, and I've been really feeling it. And it isn't just a matter of the caffeine, which um, what I do is take kind of a careful approach to caffeine. I'm not going to vilify it because it does have objectively helpful properties beyond just keeping yourself awake, which, with the kind of jobs that I worked over my life, I became addicted to caffeine on more than one occasion and had to go through the headachy withdrawals to get off of it. But at this point, I'm on 2 blood pressure medications, so I don't want to be having to make them work overtime too much. But I do enjoy a little coffee, a little tea, and so I just have to be careful of the amount I drink. And I do find that having a caffeinated beverage, it does help with my overall pain. And for, you know, those of us blessed to enjoy menstruation, you notice that Midol has caffeine in it. Well, that's why is it helps with the cramps anyway. So fortunately, I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. On top of everything else, everybody's like, yeah, you're getting older. It's the worst thing that can, no, it's just a neutral thing. It's shit happens, but everybody gets old. Sorry. It's going to happen to us all unless you die young. So those of us who don't die young get old. Anyway, what I've been struggling with is, other than this fucking shoulder decided to give me business. Ingrown toenail, bitch. It's like, am I cursed? Does the universe hate me? My feet hate me. Um, Unfortunately, back 2003, I contracted this fungal infection in my toenails. Some of them weren't affected by it, but at one point, 6 out of 10 of them were. And I don't know if it was from shower at the recreation center, because where I used to live, I used to go to aqua fitness classes, which is really good if you have, fibromyalgia or, chronic widespread pain for whatever reason, or just because you fucking like it. That's a perfectly good reason to do it. Anyways, I don't know if it was from there or if it was from, I was getting like pedicures and foot massages at that point, and yeah, I miss those, but I don't know if I ended up getting this shit from that. I don't know. But I've had big problems with my feet ever since then. Um, you would not want to see my feet. I kind of revel in the fact that my feet would really disturb foot fetishists. Because I'm sorry, when it comes to that phrase, don't yuck someone else's yum. Well, I don't really care if someone's into feet for whatever reason, except that one tends to lead to some really off stuff I'm not even going to talk about. But anyway, on my right big toe, I don't even have a toenail. It's just this kind of roughed up nail bed because the toenail came off in pieces and has grown back. So I don't know. I kind of hope it's gone for good, because when the toenail on the left foot, it actually healed up, so it wasn't thick anymore. And that's when it started causing me problems like ingrown toenails. Well, what happened was a piece of it broke off and on the edge of fucking course. So I had to extract that from there, and that was fun and bloody and stuff. Um, and then it's like, your body is stupid, because here's what it did. It started growing, the skin over the area, which then it became all nasty and infected. And now every day I have to deal with trying to slide dental floss under there to encourage the nail to not grow into the skin. And it just sucks so much. Bodies are stupid. Anyway, you'd think with the way I talk about things that, I'd be just totally chill with whatever the fuck they have to do, but I'm actually not. I have really bad medical anxiety, and, but on top of that, I'm also a really bad hypochondriac. I don't know. If I'm stupid enough to come back into a body again, to have another life, I think somebody really needs to just like shake me. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Anyway, of course I'm blathering on. I wanted to try to do this in this really spiritual way to channel, you know, try to maybe connect with Kali, Bhadrakali, because I think, from the perspective of higher powers, because like I'm doing this recovery work and connect, the whole God thing, I don't know, because of like residual from when I was younger, just bad religion, all that. And while saying this, I'm really not trying to be totally crappy about um, Christianity as a whole or Catholicism, because of course there's some people that really walk the talk and they try to really do like Christ would do. And there's books written about the parallels between Christ and Buddha, and that both enlightened teachers, enlightened souls, and all, which I think I just need to get a book and study that on my own, because the group that I tried to get into with it, I don't know. I guess that they were either like really used to each other, and here I was coming in and they didn't know anything about me, or they were still trying to get it together or something. But anyway, it didn't resonate with me. And that's the thing with recovery, is sometimes something in the group won't resonate with you. And the thing is, there's plenty of others out there, so find you one that does resonate with you. Like, in about 15 minutes here, I'm going to do the Recovery Dharma mental health meeting, which is a group that does resonate with me. So anyway, yeah, thinking none of this is gonna fucking count as channeling today. It's just, oh my God, I might as well give up on that idea this time. I don't know if I want to reach back there and get a card for us to talk about. Maybe part of the reason I don't want to do that is my shoulder was just like, oh God, fuck off, lady. But yeah, it's been so hot in the house that, I have not been able to keep up with my physical fitness as much as I would like to, because it's like, are you kidding? I'm like marching around and doing the penguin walk and all that other shit that, is for old people and people whose bodies are fucked up. But the thing is, even if you're not in my age range or whatever, if you have chronic pain or certain, physical issues, look under seniors fitness on YouTube, because you can find things that'll be more in tune with your body. I was talking about this on the movement and music meeting on Friday, Recovery Dharma, music and movement. Where it's like, I'm from that era, the 80s, 90s, that whole, the high impact aerobics or high intensity, whatever. And you got to be pumping the heaviest weights you can manage. Well, at this point, I can't because of my shoulders and the median nerve and my left arm. That's pain that I never want to feel again. So I literally can't lift more than, above my head, 1 pound weights. And, there's sometimes this fucking inner asshole just has a go at me about that. Hey, oh, fuck off, you cunt. And, yeah, I'm going to get demonetized for saying that. No, I'm not, because I've never been monetized. I expect like 2 people to watch this. So, yeah. The one good thing about being a total nobody You can pretty much say whatever the fuck you want. But then, of course, if I were to let some really controversial opinion fly, of course everybody would be all over that shit. I know how this shit works. I've been around long enough that I've got that figured out. But yeah, anyway. Um No, it was the inner asshole that would push me to do things like, well, okay, they're offering you this job, and this job is a piece of shit, but you better take it. And it was always like really physically demanding work. And that's how I ended up working, as a nursing assistant and then a nurse, because I never let myself figure out things that would be workable, and well, hindsight's 2020 and all that shit. But yeah, things that I would have actually been interested in, it's like counseling, psychology. At some point I was kind of innovated to try and um do counseling from sort of an esoteric perspective using tarot cards, and that's not an entirely original idea. It's kind of like that is what you do. And so, study more of the Jungian philosophy, that sort of thing. So that's a direction I could have gone in. As far as music, well, I guess I kind of had to figure out as far as what I was really thinking was cool. I didn't really have an aptitude for it because I don't play well with others. I don't know, maybe some of the options that are available now, or yeah, now were available then. I might have figured something out. Who's to say? I can't because it wasn't there. But something like being a DJ, maybe, or sound engineering. I mean, fucking hell, Alan Parsons was sound engineer, and then he decided to record some of his own stuff, and it's like prog rock masterpiece. And I don't really give a fuck if anybody knows what I'm talking about. You can look it up, man, because here's the thing about the old people music. Well, where the fuck do you think what you're listening to comes from? I always thought about that, and I always liked the older stuff. I mean, like ragtime and stuff. It's cool, and it took a lot of skill. So yeah, just don't be a dick about it. Maybe something is not your style, and that's perfectly okay. Um, yeah, I just sometimes there's a bit of cognitive dissonance. The fact that it's like, oh yeah, I've kind of got to explain that to people because um, I forget that a lot of y'all wasn't even born then, and I'm literally old enough to be your grandma. So anyway, that's where we're, you know, like I said, this was kind of an experiment. I kind of want to get into this spiritual Sundays idea. Maybe I'll stick to it. The problem is with the ADHD and, and with my mental health and everything, my PTSD and all that, and it might close in on me. It's done it before. It'll do it again. And I'll be like, I'm just not going to do it. I mean, today I'm in a pretty good spot. Everything hurts, and it's sick of that shit. But sometimes I'm just not. Now I'm going to lean back here. Bear with me. Yes, yeah, okay. Like it was waiting for me. I'll tell you about what that sound was too. Get myself righted. It's back. Okay, so this is a deck that I really like. Wake up, kick ass, repeat. So not only do I like the way that sounds, but these cards, they've got simple messages. And obviously, oh, there it is. They like to get kind of stuck into the box, but I'm just going to pull one for us. This is, we're not getting into any heavy duty symbolism here. These are just affirmations. This talk to you a little bit about whole self-care thing. What I'm learning. You'll never change the world by trying to fit in. And I think that's kind of um, appropriate to what I've been talking about here. And, maybe I'm just making associations, but maybe I did hit on something. The universe is like, here's your message, bitch. So, um, and how I've got things I need to remember to put in the video description. Wake up, kick ass, repeat. Yeah. So that one. And the gods and goddesses are decked Hindu gods and goddesses. And just because this was on top of it, um, whimsical wildflowers and yeah, that's pretty good. I actually find that I like for coloring these ones with these big, big shapes because lets you kind of free your mind and not have to worry about intricate details. No, man, just get the color going. Oh, and then this is an ocean drum. Amber. Well, you can have some fun with that. Your roommates might get pissed off at you and make scary out and whatever. But during the movement and music meeting, I was kind of getting into it with that a little bit. So, ocean drum, whimsical wildflowers, wake up, kick ass, peak, and the gods and goddesses deck. I probably better start wrapping things up here. Started using mouse with my laptop computer a bit, and then I got sunny here. This is a mochi toy squishy. And usually I swap out my little focus thing every week, but Sunny's been here for about a month. She fits well next to my laptop on my laptop desk that I got. It used to be just kind of propping up the laptop on a pillow. Well, that's kind of bogus. I wish the laptop desk was a little bit bigger, but it's pretty good for what it is. Inexpensive, and yeah, I can put a link to that too. So anyway, I don't know how much connecting we really did, but there's part of me so you don't want to piss Kali off. That's really not good. But yeah, from what I was saying about Kali, to get back to that, I thought that, let me just read to you the description here. Of course, I'm not wearing glasses. Why would I do something sensible like that? Her blessings are worldly power, earthly enjoyment, um, fearlessness in battle. Well, I've got this battle of having to go to the podiatrist and maybe having horrible things done to my toe. I don't feel very fearless, but maybe she can impart some of that to me. Access to feminine powers and virtues. Um, and I thought, well, as far as like removing the dead tissue of my um ineffective thought patterns, she was a really good one, and she's the one the card I pulled at the beginning of this month. I pull one of these cards every month for guidance. Anyway, so that's where we're going with this today. It was kind of all over the place. It was a bit of an experiment. I was also, as well as making this video, had the dictation feature on in AutoCrit, and I sure as fuck hope it's still on, because I'm gonna be really irritated if it turned off during the time that I was doing this, because tech shit happens. But to be able to, this is something I can use dictation for. I tried using dictation for a story, to just as it comes, and I was like, oh my God, I could never deal with this. It's better for something like this where it's a stream of consciousness, not something where you're trying to fucking tell a story about a dragon bounty hunter, not a bounty hunter that goes after dragons, but a dragon that is a bounty hunter. I might have to revisit that one sometime, because it's a fun story, but I kind of got bogged down with it and put it off to the side. And anyway, it's nearing time for the mental health meeting, and I want to go to that, so I will bid you adieu, and wishing you peace, and may you connect with forces that can help you better your life. Much love.